Hi everyone, this is Roseanne Thomas, your Director of Religious Education, and I'm going to walk you through the confirmation packets which most of you have received at this point, either from your teacher or from your parents stopping in the parish office to pick one up. If you don't have a packet yet, your parents can stop in, or if you're in the parish school, you can stop in or ask your teacher if they will get a copy of the packet for you from us to give to you. But I'm going to walk through this real quick because we're not having a parent candidate night or a parent sponsor night because of COVID. Just to walk you through real quick, you've got a calendar right at the beginning. The calendar lists a number of dates. First of all, it said that you would get the packet about a week before you did. And secondly, it says that some of the paperwork is due tomorrow, the 20th of October. We know that everything's running a little bit behind this year. Many of you already know that my assistant, Michelle Garvey, is out right now. She has cancer. Please keep her in your prayers. This means that my office is running less efficiently than usual, so we do apologize for the delay in this. There will be a few other delays in various things, but everybody on staff is helping, and we're going to find our way and get back on track. Meanwhile, if you can get those things that are due October 20th into the formation office by Halloween, that will be fine. All the things that are due, the confirmation information form and the accepting the role of sponsor form. And I'll show you what those are right now. Confirmation information form looks kind of like this. And it asks for your name, where you were baptized, your parents' names, your sponsor name, all that kind of stuff, all that information. And we need that where it asks for mother's full, including maiden name. If your mother was Mary Jones her whole life until she got married, and now she's Mary Smith, what we want is Mary Jones Smith, because that's how she'll be listed in the records of the parish, and that way we can make sure that we have everything matched up the way it should be. So that's what we need on there. If you haven't decided on a confirmation name yet, leave that blank. If we don't have it by a certain date, we will get back to you. We will harass you. We will nag you. So we will get that from you. But don't hold back the form just because you don't know who you want your saint to be. Secondly, the accepting the role of sponsor form looks like this. And we need the sponsors to sign these and get these back to us as well. And on here are the responsibilities of a sponsor, the qualifications. This person has to be 16 years of age. And yes, there is a little flexibility there, but not a lot. They have to be a fully initiated Catholic. They do have to be confirmed themselves already. They have to be in good standing with the church. They can't be divorced and remarried without an annulment, things like that. And they can't be the parent of the candidate. So please ask your sponsor to look these things over and decide whether or not he or she can sign that paper. And if they can't in good conscience, then you will need to find a different sponsor. These forms, all these forms, are on the parish website. So if your sponsor's out of town and you don't want to just mail the form, your sponsor can find it online and mail it back to you, or scan it however they want to do it and send it back to you. It's on the parish website, bscky.org, under Formation Sacramental Prep. And that's where you'll find everything for confirmation. The next thing is the rest of the paperwork. Inside the packet with the calendar on the front, you have the sponsor interview article. This is like a magazine article or a newspaper article where someone is interviewing someone famous. You're going to interview your sponsor. And there's 20 questions on here for you to ask. These are suggested questions only. You do not have to ask all of them. You don't have to ask any of them. We want you and your sponsor to talk about faith, because many people grow up and they get confirmed and they become adults and they never learn to talk about their faith comfortably. We don't want that to happen to you. So we want you to spend some time talking with your sponsor about faith. We give you some sample questions to get you started, and then we ask you to write a 300-word article. That's not that long. 300 words, like an interview in a magazine. We were talking about this, and I noticed that, and there's something new I learned about my sponsor. Whatever it is, just tell us a little bit about your experience of interviewing your sponsor. Please don't just write down answers to the question. Question number 1, my sponsor said this. Question number 2. That doesn't do any good. We don't want just answers. We want dialogue. Please don't send this to your sponsor and ask your sponsor to fill out the answers to the questions. This is not your sponsor's homework. It's not a sponsor test. This is an opportunity for candidates and sponsors to dialogue about faith. So please, please use it that way. Also in your packet is some information for candidates and parents about what the roles are of candidates and parents. You'll find all that in there. You'll find a Catholic update. This is for families, parents, sponsors. It's a wonderful overall look at who is the Holy Spirit, and that's something that we would like you and your families to take some time to read and discuss. The last thing in here is service for confirmation. It has 2 sides. We have streamlined service for confirmation because there's so many things you can't do this year. You can't go work in a soup kitchen. You can't do a lot of things this year, but that doesn't mean that you can't do service. It doesn't mean that you can't explore your faith. And so there are several things we ask you to do. We ask you to put your name on it before you hand it in, and mark if you're in the parish school PSR or other, which would be like Covington Latin or homeschool or whatever. That just helps us with filing. That's all we need that for. Then we need you to complete the service rubric on the other side of the sheet according to directions. This is all based on the corporal works of mercy. There are lots of suggestions here. You have to do at least 5, but we ask you to do as many as you can. See how many of these things you can do. And many of these are actually not that difficult. Assisting a neighbor with chores, bringing a meal to someone. Lots of things on here that are not that difficult. So try the corporal works of mercy. Try to get to know these things and experience these things. You have to do at least 5, preferably not all in the same category. But take a look at that rubric and spend some time deciding what you can do. Also, on the other side, the front side, we ask you to try at least one form of prayer that you have not done before, whether it's Way of the Cross or Liturgy of the Hours, Lectio Divina, whatever it might be. Something you haven't tried before. Try something new. Try a new way of praying and discovering your faith. And then just write a couple lines about it, what you experienced, whether you liked it or didn't like it, or what you got out of it. Also, try at least one formational activity. One way to grow in your faith, to learn about your faith that you haven't already tried. Read a Catholic book. Read a Catholic magazine. Watch one of the films or a class on formed.org that's free. You can get there from our website, again, bscky.org. If you click on Formed, it's on the homepage. It'll take you right in there. Free movies, free all kind of stuff for the whole family. Your parents might enjoy this as well. There's also even stuff for little brothers and sisters. So there's lots there. So we ask you to pay attention to this. You have to do the service, the formation, and the prayer. And that's what we're asking for on this sheet that has the rubric on one side and the other stuff on the other side. And that is the streamlined version of requirements for confirmation for this year. And we hope that you enjoy the experience. We hope it's a positive experience for you. And we hope that you grow in your faith and are very excited when we get to confirmation. We did finally get around to confirming last year's kids just a couple of weeks ago. So we will get to you. Hopefully we will get to you on time. They list on here the 22nd of April, and that is a tentative date, because the new bishop may decide something different. So a lot of things are tentative this year. A lot of things are up in the air, but we're giving you as much as we have and as much as we can go on. If you have any questions, you are welcome to email me or call me or anything like that. My email is rthomas@bscky.org. God bless you. And I hope you have a wonderful preparation for confirmation. I look forward to working with you, and I hope you enjoy these experiences. Thank you.